What is up, guys? Today we will be looking at the basics of PvP. If you want to get a general understanding of how PvP works, you need to keep in mind 4 basic things. The first one being that each troop type has a prioritized target. Archers will always first prioritize hitting on cavalry. Cavalry will always prioritize ground troops, and ground troops will always prioritize archers. A troop type will always attack their prioritized troop type until no tier of the enemy troop is remaining. Your troops will always attack from top to bottom, beginning with the top enemy tier and ending with the tier 1s. Every battle is calculated as an actual battlefield, where each troop has to make one move per round. Every round your troops can only attack one tier of the enemy troops. So keeping those 4 things in mind, let's look at a march preset. Now we want to start from the bottom and work our way up. You want to add 1000 troops of each troop type and each troop tier to your march. Looking at our notes, you will understand why. As you can read, every troop has a prioritized target, and each round they can only kill one tier. So if you were to only send your archers, all of the enemy's troops would be focused on your archers. But by adding different layers, you ensure that your troops have at least 13 to 14 rounds before they can be attacked by the enemy troops. You want to continue this until about tier 10. Now let's look at our top tiers. We want to first of all work on our defensive layers. Your archers will always be prioritized by the enemy ground troops. However, the enemy ground troops will always first be attacked by your cavalry. So what we are going to do is add 30,000 of both or all 3 of our top layers. For both your ground troops and your siege machines, you want to add 10,000 of each top layer. Now you can simply calculate the remaining march size and think about what to do with your archers. Here you have many different options, with most people opting for about a 30-40-30. Now let us look at troop buffs. Basically all that they're doing is enhancing the basic values of your troops. So if you were having a head-to-head of 2 level 1 warriors, the one with the higher buffs and therefore the higher attributes would win. There are many different ways to get higher buffs. First of all, you want to make sure that your general is 5 stars and fully cultivated. You can use gold cultivation until you hit a plus 300. Until then, you will have to use gems until you hit the maximum of plus 500. Your main general should usually consist of a troop attack book, a troop defense book, as well as a troop HP book. When applying skill books, make sure to start off with level 1 books, because if you have one book placed and want to add a second one, you have a 50% chance of replacing the existing skill book. Once all 3 books are in place, you can simply upgrade to level 4 books. As you can see, the level 1 book was replaced with the level 4 book. Then there's armor. You can get up to 6 pieces, each of them having basic attributes. For example, this dragon bow brings a troop attack of plus 40 for ranged troops, as well as a plus 40% march speed. Fulfilling one set of armor, in this case of dragon armor, will bring you specific set attributes. In this case, a plus 10% troops attack. Refining will cost you gold and refining stones. Your main goal will be getting golden attributes of attack percentage. When you get your first golden refine, you can click on the lock, so it can't be changed again. However, from now on, every refinement will cost 1,500 gems. Once you lock 2 attributes, you are looking at 3000 gems per refining. Each general will also bring special abilities. In this case, the ranged troop formation will bring plus 6% attack and plus 6% defense of ranged troops. You can look at those special abilities by clicking on Speciality. Each speciality has 5 tiers, with the 5th tier costing a total of 160,000 gems and 8,000 runestones. Another big factor when it comes to buffs are dragons. Your dragon brings basic attributes, which you can look at in the bottom right corner. At level 6, my Celtic Demon currently brings 15% ranged troop attack and 15% ground troop defense. You can also refine your dragon, which works similar to armor, where you once again want to have 4 golden ranged troop attacks. Please do note, however, that locking a refinement here will make it more expensive on dragon crystals. Each dragon also has 3 talents. The Dragon Howl at level 30 currently brings an additional 14% troop attack and 14% troop HP. Each additional level will from now on cost 130 talent stones and 120 dragon crystals. In the academy, your main goal will be to complete the military, which will bring additional buffs to your troops, as well as the advanced military, which brings additional buffs as well and can even help you accomplish debuffs. Then in the middle of your keep you can find the shrine, in which you can offer both tributes and gems. The shrine has a king's protection. When you offer 20 times, for 2 hours you will get an additional buff. In my case, at the shrine level 27, I'm getting a 10% ranged troop attack buff. When you go over, at level 33, the shrine will get a ranged troop attack of plus 15, a mounted troop defense of plus 15, and a ground troop defense of plus 15. One very important step is also your monarch gear. As you can see, I currently equip the wind staff, which brings an additional ranged troop attack of 41%, and at level 8 will advance to plus 50 ranged troop attack. There's also different kinds of decorations, which can bring your city buffs. Here you need to note that some of them are applied just by owning the decorations, and others have to be activated by actively using the decoration. Finally, the king of the server can give out titles to players on the server. Some of those will give you troop defense and HP buffs, others, however, can also give you certain debuffs. Another important factor is the art hall, where you can find the art treasure. Here you have different pieces of art. By fulfilling the requirements, you can unlock those. At level 1, the Excalibur brings an additional 5% ground troop attack, an additional 5% ranged troop attack, as well as mounted troop attack. Finally, in your inventory on the last slide, you can find different fragments. Clicking on the treasure, you can find that those belong to a civilization treasure. When fulfilling the requirements, you can unlock those and get both buffs for owning and activating those. Now you are going to wonder, there's 2 different types of buffs. We have a percentage and we have a flat refine. And they both work very different. If the basic attribute of your soldier is 100, at 25% refine will bring the attack to 125. A plus 50 will bring the attack to 150. And buffs are calculated in a way where first of all the percentages are added up and put on top of the basic attribute, and finally the flat refines are added on top. This leaves us with one issue. Until tier 12, troops have such low basic attributes that in fact flat refines are more efficient. For example, on tier 1, our troop has an initial attack of 130. Using 4 flat refines, of a maximum of 634 will leave the tier 1 with an attack of 2666. Using 425% buffs will leave him with only 260. Will leave him with only 260. On the other hand, a T14, which starts off with an initial 4070 basic attribute, 4 maximum 634 flat refines, will get him to 6606. With 4 25% buffs, however, he will end up with 8140 as his final buff. So you can see that there's a big difference. So if you are a lower player, should you maybe focus on flat refines? No, you want to start off with the percentages as early as possible, as you're only gonna advance towards higher troop types. The only exception being on the defense. If you are building a lot of tier 1s to stop potential attacks, you want flat refines, as those get you higher attributes. There will be another video following about the debuffs, because they are a bit more complicated, but I hope you did enjoy this little overview, and I will see you guys again very soon.